Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm Eric Tolman here, and wanted to talk more about what we are specifically seeing for tomorrow's forecast. I can tell you right now the snow is going to stick around. We're going to look at the radar in just a few minutes here. We're going to talk about what we've got going on, and we do have precipitation. We're going to talk about what's going on with all the snow and everything, so we'll talk about that in just a moment. So this is what we are expecting. The snow's actually going to be sticking around across the Midwest. You can see that there's some here in Michigan right there. Even up in the thumb, we're going to get some snow up there, and then you can see that that the snow is going to stick around because you can see that Michigan is going to get clipped with this again, and then you can see that the Northeast, they're going to get hit with this as well, and then there's going to be a rain-snow mix as well. You can see that there's some freezing rain, and there's some rain in there, but you can see that there's a big batch of rain. No, I'm sorry, not rain, but I meant there's a big band of snow that you can see right there. And then up in Canada, there's a little bit of snow going on over there. And so far, so good. But you can see that the majority of the snow is impacting the Northeast. But all at the same time, we're being clipped with that. And the snow is actually going to stick around. I'm going to have your complete forecast for the 17th, and we'll see what other storms are going to be headed our way. But definitely, you want to stay tuned with us, and I'll have the very latest on the winter storm potential. We do have some active weather that will be headed our way, and I'm going to tell you about the greatest chances for big-time snow storms. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be right back. Please remember to subscribe, like, and we'll be right back right after this. So please stay tuned and join me. I will continue to keep you up to date on this. So the next time when I check the GFS models, I will check them again at 10 o'clock tonight. But I'm going to complete this forecast and keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. We'll be right back right after this with more. Don't go anywhere. 1 second, please. We'll be right back right after this. And thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm Eric Tolman, and I wanted to let you know that as we get into our parts of the day on the 17th, you can see on here that, just a second here, I'm trying to do this without dropping this camera here. That's not going to be a good thing for me. Okay, anyway, as you can see, since that the Northeast is getting hammered with the big batch of snow, now, thankfully, we are lucky because I thought for a minute we were going to get hammered with this system that was coming through that brought the snow rain mix and everything, and that big amount of snow that you can see right there, big band of it, widespread snow, as you can see, and it's a lot of snow actually. But like I said, we're not really going to get a lot of accumulation out of this. I'll look at the snow accumulations once again. We'll have a look at that in just a couple of minutes here, but you can see that they actually have rain down there. It looks like showers and thunderstorms way over there that's going on over there, and then you've got all this wintry precipitation, and then you have mostly the snow that you got to contend with down in the Northeast. So I will keep you guys posted. I've got more coming up, and we'll talk about what happens after this. Stay tuned. I've got more, and then we'll talk about the next greatest potential for a snowstorm coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be back. And as you can see that the system is still pulling away, but for us in Michigan, we can still see the snow still stick around for us, and then you can see that down in the Northeast, they're still dealing with this snowy weather, and then you've got that rain-snow mix in there and freezing rain in there, but I'm going to tell you that that big impact snow that the Northeast is getting, it's a lot. Well, actually, we may even check to see how much snow they're getting over there with that big amount of snow that they're getting. But I'd say we were kind of lucky, but I shouldn't really say that because we're not always lucky when it comes to snowstorms. So we are going to get our chance for a great potential for a snowstorm. It all depends on what day that's going to happen. We'll look into that in just a little bit, but you can see that the system is still hanging on there, and you can see that it's still with us. And let's see what happens when it pulls away on the 17th. We'll see what happens after that. I believe after that we might see some change. We'll find out in just a couple of moments. We'll be right back. We're wrapping this up, and then I will have more in just a little bit. Please remember to subscribe, like, and stay tuned to get the latest forecast and continuing weather coverage across the Midwest as well. So we're going to see a lot of active systems across the Midwest. So it's going to be a very, very wintry active pattern is what we'll be looking at. So stay tuned. Thank you. And as you can see that this snow system continues to move away, but it's taking its time getting out of here. And here's the question that a lot of you are probably going to want to know is when is going to be the best potential for a snowstorm. We'll look at that to see when the greatest potential will be. But I do know that there are some active weather systems that are going to be really cranking across the Midwest. I'm going to tell you which day it's really going to impact us in Michigan and the Midwest. I'll let you know when the biggest snowstorm does hit the Midwest. And all I can say is be prepared. I'm going to look at snow totals once again for us in Southeast Michigan. But like I said, for us in Southeast Michigan, Metro Detroit, and the viewing area, don't really expect a lot of snow out of any of this. I'd say around an inch or so, but that's not really going to be a whole lot. But we'll talk about when the biggest potential will be when that happens. I'll let you know what day when we get closer to it. Stay tuned. I will have snow totals up in a minute. Actually, stay tuned with me once again. I'm going to pull up those snow totals, and I'll tell you while I'm doing this right now. Then that will cover that, and then we'll talk about the 7-day forecast and another look at the GFS models again at 10 or 11 tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with those snow totals. We'll have a look at it to see if there's anything different, and that will cover it for a while. We'll be right back. And thank you so much for joining me once again. Now we're going to talk about the snow totals. And this is what we can expect. I want to tell you, those people that live in the Northeast, I would probably make sure you've got your shovels out, because you guys are actually seeing the worst of the snow storm itself. You guys have higher amounts of snow totals, so it all depends on where you're at. It's actually going to be more than just a little bit. It's going to be probably, I'm going to probably say maybe between maybe like 14 or 16 inches of snow in the pink and the purples there. Some of you might see 14 inches of snow. Some of you guys might see 16 or maybe even 18 inches of snow or maybe 20 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow on your doorstep. So it's going to be a lot to shovel. But for us in Southeast Michigan, we'll have a look at that in just a couple of moments. There's not really a whole bunch of areas that are going to be seeing a lot of snow. We'll actually zoom into these other areas and see how much snow they're going to see and how much. So I'm actually going to zoom in on an area and we'll talk about how much snow some areas are going to have to deal with. And is it going to be enough to shovel? For us in Michigan, we don't have to worry about that. So let's look at that really quick, and then I will see everyone back here again in just a couple of hours. We'll be right back right after this. And thank you so much for staying tuned with us this evening. We really appreciate it. Just wanted to go over the snow totals for us in Michigan. It's not really going to be a lot. I had told you that before. It's not really going to be a lot of snow that we're going to be dealing with, because you can see that we're only going to get like possibly maybe an inch or so out of this. It's not really going to amount to much at all. So you can see that they're very light amounts. So about an inch or so in Oakland County, 1.5. And then it's just going to be about an inch or so. It's not really going to be a whole lot. It's not even enough to shovel on the ground. But the other thing I can tell you is that earlier today there were some slick spots. So if you are going to be out and about in Michigan and Metro Detroit, just be careful, because it's very cold outside, and it's cold enough where the roads can slick and all that kind of stuff. So please be careful. The same thing if you're going on sidewalks and that. Please be careful. Make sure that you bundle up. Make sure that you wear a jacket and all that stuff. Wear an extra layer if you have to do that. But I encourage you, if you don't have to be outside, that's not really a good idea. People with emphysema, people with asthma should not be outside in this cold weather. It's actually not good. It's actually dangerous for people that have breathing problems and emphysema, so you don't want to be outside. Or if you have some type of a medical disorder, you want to kind of be careful with that. So if you don't have to be outside in this cold weather, it probably would be a lot more better stay in the house where